Welcome to this short video where we will have a look at the Quick Mapper, which is a tool from the Blueback Wells Toolbox. The Quick Mapper is a tool that with a very few mouse clicks allows you to calculate well log attributes per zones per well and immediately populate those attributes out in 2D grids. This allows for fast scanning of lateral well log attribute trends. So let's have a look at it in Petrel. Alright, so let's open the tool from the Marina drop down menu here. I'll open up Blueback Toolbox and I have selected the Quick Mapper already. And here I want to calculate some well attributes per zones in a few wells. So for demoing purposes, I am going to just select 100 wells, and here I select my zone log that defines the zones, and here you can make sub selections. And again, for demo performance, I will just select 3 zones. If I selected all 4,000 wells and all 8 zones, this calculation here would take a few minutes, but with 100 wells and 3 zones, it will take a few seconds. If we selected all 8 zones, we could add a zone above and a zone below. Then we are going to select the continuous logs that we want to calculate these attributes for. So I will select porosity, permeability, V-shale, and water saturation. We could calculate these attributes only in the net intervals. We can choose the net intervals either by a discrete net flag log or by applying a cutoff that would define the net intervals on a continuous log. So we will calculate the mean value, the maximum value, minimum value, and the peak rolling average. And before we kick this calculation off, then we can go ahead and specify the gridding algorithms. I will set the X and Y grid increment to 200 meters in this case. We have 4 different gridding algorithms available. I will just continue with convergent gridding, and I will just give this a prefix demo, and we will hit apply. And then down here we can then see we have already calculated the zone B attributes and populated those out in grids, and now we're calculating for zone C and then for zone D, and pretty soon we're fast. So you can see the setup for these calculations just required very few mouse clicks. And let's see how much information we've extracted by running this operation. So the result of this calculation here, per zone we will have a point set and a 2D grids attributes set, and we will let's just try to open it up and have a look here. So we have point sets for all the 100 wells, and we have all these attributes calculated again, as I said, with very few mouse clicks. We just try to open up the spreadsheet here. So we have X, Y, and depth per zone, well name, zone code, and then all the attributes for the 4 continuous logs that we've calculated. Lots of information extracted with a few mouse clicks, and then at the same time we have populated these attributes out into the grids. The mean porosity, the minimum porosity, maximum porosity, and the peak rolling average porosity, and same for permeability, the same for V-shale, and the same for the saturation, and again all these calculations for 3 zones very quickly. And as I said, if you're doing this with thousands of wells and 8 to 10 zones, this calculation will maybe run you 3 to 5 minutes, but again, a few mouse clicks, lots of information. I hope you find this tool useful. Thanks.